What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Release YouTube channel, alright? And it looks a bit different today because it's just me, it's nobody else. However, I'm trying to turn the Release into a brand, into a network. So we're going to have different segments. So we're still going to have the Release podcast, 100th episode coming soon, I promise. But then we're also going to have other segments like the Release Presents the Raptors Report, Release the Vibes, where it's just us literally just talking our talk, not basketball, just vibing. Then we're also going to have my solo content right here. I have no clue what to call this segment, so if y'all have any ideas, help your boy out, leave some comments. But this is going to help me upload more content more consistently for you guys. I'm going to be on a constant like 1 to 2 uploads a week type thing. So I wanted to try and get more content out, and that's how we're going to do it. Let us know what you think of the changes. But to start everything off today, I just wanted to touch on the first 2 games in the NBA, specifically Victor Wembanyama's performance. All right, I'm going to start this off with a quote. Adrian Wojnarowski called Victor Wembanyama possibly the greatest prospect in the history of sports. If you guys want to call him that, I'm going to criticize him as such. Okay, there's that. So I'm going to read you the stats from Wemby's first game, from Derek Lively's first game, who cooked yesterday, LeBron's first game, one of the highest regarded prospects in the league, and Kareem's first game, since he gets all these Kareem comparisons. In 23 minutes and 19 seconds, Victor Wembanyama had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 fouls, 5 turnovers, 0 offensive rebounds, had a plus-minus of 0, shot 60% from 3, 67% from the field, and was 0 for 1 from the free throw line. In 30 minutes and 40 seconds yesterday, Derek Lively had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of which were offensive rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 blocks, 88% from the field, had 0 3-point attempts, was 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 1 turnover, 4 fouls, and had a plus-minus of 20. In 42 minutes of LeBron's first NBA game, he had 25 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals, 2 turnovers, 60% from the field, 0% from 3, was 1 for 3 from the free throw line, and had a plus-minus of -9. And in Kareem's first NBA game, he played the entire time. That's 48 minutes. He had 29 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 fouls. He was 5 for 8 from the free throw line and scored 44.4% from the field. Now, I already know people are going to come for me in the comment section saying, oh, well, the other guys played significantly more minutes. They did this, they did that. The reason Wemby played less is because he had 5 fouls halfway through the third quarter. You cannot start a second half with 4 fouls. You can't do that. Picks up his 5th in the third. They couldn't play the kid until the end of the game. And then at the end of the game, he got cooked because he was too scared to defend. Listen, I can't blame him. If I had 5 fouls, I'd be scared to defend too. But to be regarded as the greatest prospect in the history of sports, that means he's greater than Serena Williams, greater prospect than LeBron James and Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr, Babe Ruth, all of the greatest athletes of all time, Leo Messi, Ronaldo. All of those guys are nowhere near Victor Wembanyama, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, one of the highest regarded analysts in the NBA right now. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Wemby himself said that people are fighting for their lives here. He said in the NBA, people are fighting for their lives. It's different from the EuroLeague, and he's right. So he's got to start doing the same thing, or he'll just turn out to be a bust. He'll turn out like Chris Boucher. You think I'm playing? Right now, I think Chris Boucher is a great comparison for Wembanyama. And Chris Boucher isn't going out there in his NBA debut getting 5 turnovers and 5 fouls. Let me give you a bit of insight onto this. Chris Boucher, in the G League, averaged 27.2 points per game, 11.4 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 1.2 steals, 4.1 blocks, 2 turnovers, and only 2.9 fouls a game on 51% shooting. 31.6% from the 3, and he won G League MVP. He gets called up to the NBA on a 10-day contract, is good enough to stay on the championship Toronto Raptors, and hasn't really done much since. Since officially becoming a Raptor, Chris Boucher has averaged 9.1 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.5 steals, 1.1 blocks, 0.5 turnovers, 2.1 fouls, 48.6% from the field, 33.4% from 3, and 78% from the free throw line. Now, Chris Boucher and Victor Wembanyama have the same problem. A couple years ago in 2020, some of you may remember that I predicted Chris Boucher to be a top 5 center in the next few years, and it looks like I'm severely wrong. So this is why I have to crack down on Wemby now. Because I said, if, capitalize, underline, bold, italicize, if Chris Boucher was able to bulk up in time, he would have became a top 5 center in the league, and I do not doubt that, and I still don't doubt that, except now he's 30, right? Victor Wembanyama, if he also fails to hit a little LeBron or a Giannis and fails to bulk up, he's going to go down the same path. Now, that might not be a problem because he's in San Antonio. You know what Charles Barkley says about San Antonio. So he should probably have no problem bulking up. But I'm telling him right now, if Wemby's watching this, when he goes up against centers, oh, is he ever lucky that DeMarcus Cousins is in the league? If he goes up against centers like Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, Jakob Poeltl, DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams, Yusuf Nurkic, when he goes up against centers like this, he's going to get cooked. He's going to get cooked. Maybe not defensively because, he has a 12,000-foot wingspan. But on offense, he's going to get shut down. And as a center in this league, you need to be able to do more than shoot threes. Because trust me, once some of these guys like Ben Simmons and Bam Adebayo start guarding him, guys who can guard on the perimeter but are also tall, he's going to face a lot of problems. When he goes up against Giannis, I don't know what's going to happen. Because if I'm looking at the game yesterday, Wemby, one of his first threes in the game, beautiful three-pointer, by the way. He's great. He's much better than Chris Boucher than that, because Chris Boucher, his release is all the way from the back of his head. It's so easy to block. Wemby shoots like an actual guard. However, he charges up from the bottom, like every NBA player should. Except off a catch and shoot, he brings it to the bottom, shoots from the top of his head instead of catching it in his chest, shooting like that, like a player should. And that's going to create a lot of problems for long guys like Adebayo and Giannis, who have great defensive IQ, who will block that shot immediately. Now, once he gets it up here, there's no stopping it. Like I said, 1,000,000-foot wingspan. You're not gonna block that shot. But every time he starts from his waist, and his waist is like 12 feet down, you know what I'm saying? Like he's very tall. So if he's starting from all the way down here, has to bring it up all the way here, it's going to be a problem for him. There's going to be a lot of turnovers because he's dribbling so high, right? So there's got to be a lot of changes in his game in order for him to thrive. Same thing goes for Chet Holmgren, bro. Chet Holmgren's going to have the same problem. We saw it. He got injured playing against LeBron last year because he's a little guy. Bro, he's a kid. He's a baby, right? So these guys need to bulk up, and then they'll be dominant. I'll admit it. If Wemby can bulk up, he'll be one of the greatest, if not the greatest player in the league. Future MVP for sure. Future DPOY. If he can bulk up. Even if he can bulk up like Rudy Gobert. He doesn't have to do a whole Giannis bulk up, because Giannis is nuts. Even if he just gets a little bit stronger. I saw something. He's like 210 pounds. You're 7'4", 210? You can't. You can't be, man. You got to bulk up a little bit, right? Because all this attention that we have on Wemby, all this attention that we have on Chet Holmgren, the best prospect in sports history takes attention away from guys like Derek Lively, who was balling yesterday. Like, he will be a problem this year, especially in that pick and roll with Luka. You seen him posterize dudes yesterday? I'm just saying, Wemby needs to step up his game, and he needs to get serious in the gym, or else he's just going to be another Chris Boucher. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now, I also wanted to talk about the Raptors. So, first of all, can I just say I'm very happy that the NBA is back. The Raptors are playing extremely well under Darko Rajakovic. However, it's only the first NBA game, right? So we can't get too into it now. However, something I saw from a fan and an analyst perspective yesterday, we need to be more consistent offensively. First of all, our offensive rebounds were looking great yesterday. We got a rebound, kicked it out to 3, and we kept shooting threes, though, right? I get it, we're open, but we got to take shots that we can almost guarantee we can make, right? So we got to be more consistent offensively. We have to foul way less. Man, the Timberwolves were in the bonus with 7 minutes left to go in the third. Like, that's not good, right? So we need to definitely ease up on the fouling. However, we did play good defense. Scotty Barnes, all-star. He's going to have 5 blocks? Come on, man. Scotty and Pascal could be such a deadly duo if they played it more correctly. Also, we need to work with Jalen McDaniels. Is it Jalen or Jaden? I keep getting it confused, sorry. But we need to work with McDaniels and his three-point shooting. Because in the preseason and yesterday, I've only ever seen him shoot threes, and I've only ever seen him miss. So we need to really crack down on our three-point shooting, especially if we have guys like Grady Dick, Marquise Noel, Dennis Schroeder, and Gary Trent Jr. We really need to let those guys shoot from three more often. OG Anunoby, crazy consistent. Like, I feel like the Raptors are going to surprise a lot of people, and I genuinely think that Darko Rajakovic is a serious Coach of the Year contendant because, like, I really didn't think that was a stupid pick from me. In regards to the rest of the NBA, Kawhi and Paul George are looking crazy. Paul George had how do you have like a silent 30? You know what I'm saying? It's like he's so smooth, like Erykah Badu type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Luka and Jokic just Euro balls taking over. Braun is on minutes restriction. I'm happy about that because it's going to help him play more often. But then it's also going to help him turn up in these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Kings doing Kings things. Pelicans versus Grizzlies was a great match. Zion looking like if he's healthy, he'll go insane. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham, showing us why they do what they do. Cade, Jordan's pick for most improved player, showing us why he was that #1 pick, and he'll continue to show that. Now, I wanted to talk about the Pistons versus Miami. Not that much. I just want to say Pistons are looking a little dark horsey. You know what I'm saying? Miami, you need to step your game up. But specifically about the Pistons and the Spurs. Now, I understand the Spurs had their struggles yesterday against the Mavericks. Wemby has his struggles. However, if Wemby can make those moves, like I was saying earlier, and bulk up, that young Spurs team and that young Pistons team can definitely see each other's in the finals within the next 7 years. Write it down. I've written it down. It's now on YouTube. So in the next 7 years, Spurs, Pistons, finals, mark my words. However, that wraps up my first official solo video. I had one way back on Kyle Lowry, but, this is like the first official one. Let me know what y'all think. Give me some name suggestions. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share, comment, do all that, because that way we can get bigger than we already are and continue to provide this incredible content for y'all, all right? 100th episode is coming soon, I promise. It's just so hard because Jordan's University, Joel, my little brother, who does a lot of filming for me, grade 12, my boy David, my girl Ruth, they're grown, so it's hard to get a schedule that everyone can kind of do on the same day, but we're going to try our hardest to get it to y'all. That being said, thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever y'all stay at. God bless y'all. Peace.